Fight!
From Cats and his Kanto Mario series here, we have Safari Zone. And the next Pokemon loosely themed levels here. An amusement park where many rare creatures can be observed in the wild. All right. World record, minute and a half. Very low clear rate, 0.6%. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Do it. All right. Safari Zone. How bad could it be, right? Boom. Okay. I'm supposed to... I saw the Z there. I'm supposed to hop on Yoshi, hop off. Boom. 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 Okay. I can't grab this. Alright. I'm gonna... That. And that is a visual overload right there. And jump. Oh my god, dude. Talk about Safari Zone stress right here. Well, it's supposed to like show, I guess, like, you know, the idea that, well, how would you show Safari Zone in the first place, really? Like I said, it's like a really abstract way to show it off here. The Pokemon's running away from you and you have to capture it. It's kind of how I interpret it. One, 2, 3. Dude, I was just freaking out right there. Okay, so I jumped off Yoshi a little bit too early. I was supposed to let him bounce off of the big thing. Off the big shell and then go from there. Yeah, that's not entirely inaccurate here. I look at my character when I need to, but generally I look at where I'm going, not where I am. And in this case, because of like, the threat isn't where I am, it's where I'm going. So if you were to play fighting games, you already know that.
Yo, what's good? Try Hex, try Sugoi.
Hey, what's up, Trek It? You already know that when you're playing fighting games, you're looking at your opponent, you're not looking at your own character. That's what like noobs do. Because you are in control of your character. You're looking at the variable. You look at where you're going. I pressed the... I should have did an auto bounce. I did the wrong thing there. Is Gizmo a boomer word now? Hang on now. That Gizmo right there. Gizmo is always a boomer word. Fuck. Okay, well then. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So I can fall on Yoshi. Oh, you know, I'm supposed to jump out. I'm supposed to jump off Yoshi. I can tell now. Okay, all right, I got it. Do I think YouTubers are more depressed than Twitchers? I don't. Okay, it's hang on, wait. This is actually a really good question here. Do I think? I'll say this really low here. Do I think that YouTubers get more depressed about comments? Not really. I do think YouTubers are generally more depressed. So your definition of depressed is kind of like, you know, it's a pretty big stretch here. I do think that YouTubers are more depressed because the algorithm, you're a slave to the algorithm and you have to constantly reinvent yourself or adapt to the meta much more so than Twitch. Twitch, you can neglect acknowledging the meta and have declining viewership and or revenue, but you'll survive. YouTube, it's like you neglect the algorithm or the meta, and like overnight you lose like half your traffic. That'd be like if you didn't play Fortnite on Twitch, your viewership would like plummet to half of what it was overnight. Like it's like super duper it's super duper scary, I find. So I feel like you live like in perpetual fear of this invisible hand hovering over you, telling you what to do and how to do it. I could be wrong there, but that's what I would interpret it as. But also because on Twitch, because of the live interaction element on Twitch, you feel more of a community growth. You're actually engaging with the community. You know, prior to, I guess, Discord, what would a YouTuber really do to engage with their community outside of reacting to the YouTube comment reactions to what their content is or isn't, right? Comparatively on Twitch, you can directly interact with your community, and it just feels, you feel more of that, I don't know, human relatable emotions of I don't know, connection ultimately. So yeah, that's the whole thing right there. I feel like even if you're like a smaller Twitch streamer, you have community to like talk to and engage with and all that. With Twitch or with YouTube, I feel like not as much. Now, that doesn't mean there are negatives here, or there aren't positives here. On YouTube, I feel like the growth potential is like tenfold higher than comparatively on Twitch. So yeah, I feel like YouTubers are a little bit more out in the shadows because they have an audience rather than a community. And I do think there's a difference there. So that's what I would take it as ultimately. So yeah, I think they're more depressed, but I don't think the comments are why though. The comments are just like, you just have to look. I think that you have to like look at it and be like, all right, look, these YouTube comments, if you get negative ones, you know, you had so many views and like what, fucking 0.1% of the people actually bothered to comment. So what you have here is you only have the fringes. You only have those who were really into your content and those who were really against your content. You also have your day one haters who's going to hit a dislike no matter what. Like, you know, the video goes live and within 3 minutes of your 10-minute long video, dislike. And it's like, you know, you don't know who that person is, but you know, hey, they dislike without even, did they really watch your video? Doesn't really matter. No. So you have to like look at it like that ultimately. And you're not wrong here. YouTube in the late 2000s is a very different place than YouTube now. You're not wrong. Dude, even YouTube before 2016 was different than it is now. Like before Adpocalypse 1.0, before like, I don't know, Trump election, like YouTube was such a different place than it is now. Holy shit. And then pre 2012, whole different thing. And then pre 2008, can't even recognize that now. So yeah, it's super duper different now. I don't know if I agree with that one. YouTube went to shit the second Google bought them. I don't know about that one, honestly, because ultimately here, would YouTube have been able to keep up with the infinite amount of demand for, you know, for video engaging content to be accessible and available everywhere? If you think back here to 2004, before YouTube existed, video online was a very stupid thing. There was no agreed codecs. Everyone had like a billion codec packs with 5 different media players, and it was DivX this and MKV that and MP4 this, and streaming video usually involved Flash everywhere, and it was fucking awful. Yeah, it was a super duper shit show ultimately. And you can bitch about Google buying out YouTube, and it's fair. You can and you should, because Google has done a pretty mediocre job, is an understatement, on like properly scaling YouTube to the infinites that it appeases right now. However, that doesn't mean in the absence of Google acquiring YouTube in 2006 that another bigger asshole wouldn't have come in and did shit here. You got to think here. It's more like, and I'm not here to give praise and be like, you know, suck it up and deal with it here. But in an alternate reality where Google did not buy out YouTube, and instead any of the major corporations, Disney, Comcast, whoever, if any of them had actually came through and acquired YouTube, they would have just gutted it to the corporate shill would have been. You know, it would have been a giant marketing. If Viacom had bought out YouTube, it was become a giant. It would have become a giant, you know, marketing vehicle for SpongeBob and Nickelodeon properties, and it would have gave like, you know, deprioritization to anything that wasn't Viacom properties and nonstop like fawning coverage for SpongeBob ultimately. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like it could have been like gutted to nothing essentially. Up all night. Yeah, regardless of welcome my friend from YouTube. There we go. Let's get it, boys. Pog it up. I'm gonna stay on to figure what's going on here. Can I duck under this? Oh, you can. Oh shit. That got way easier. You smart. I was doing this the hard way. I didn't even think about that actually. Here. Nope, gotta play it really patient. Yeah, it's wild because like as far back as like YouTube goes here, like I remember when like YouTuber x YouTuber drama wasn't actually content, which is kind of what's wild now. Like, oh wait, shit. Okay. Like there was a turning point where I feel like Leafy x iDubbbz drama, it wasn't like, you know, a site-wide thing. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. It felt like it was at that time, honestly. Where, you know, it got to the point where Content Cop would expose hypocrisy, and then it got to the point where, like, Content Cops were, like, needed to, people were, like, ready to expose all the trash. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah, I might be too biased in that one, honestly. But, like, it felt like, I don't know, like, because by it was more pure, and then, like, by 2013, I just remember, like, man, what was it? The rise of prank channels, because, like, those who got to a certain point in growth, who needed to, like, who it probably already, like, you know, did their legit mission with their initial content, had to figure out what they were going to do next because they were out of content to produce other than to deliver the daily quota for the YouTube algorithm to continue to feed them success. So they didn't have to, you know, a lot of people had to pursue vlogging because what else can you do on a daily basis at that point other than just like, I guess vlog or whatever, you know? And so like the algorithm said, yummy. And then a lot of people were going towards that direction rather than, I guess, continuing to produce like grand scale long form content that I feel was like way more rewarding. So yeah, that became a thing, and then from the rise of that came I don't know, like I'm trying to think of, like, the whole history of the timeline here. It's like at some point vlogging became like very competitively viable, and it didn't have to have substance for it to still work. And then you add in the, you know, the closure of Vine, so all the Viners came invading YouTube like roaches, like a cockroach hive getting beat by a raid spray. And then that came into, I feel like it was like vlogging was a thing until it wasn't, and then prank videos became the new vlog daily content, I think. Wow. Wow. And then yeah, from the rise of daily vlogging evolved into prank videos, and then prank videos kind of gave way to, you know, something new to expose and complain about. And then yeah, and then by 2015 that exploded into like commentary reaction channels attacking one another. And then Adpocalypse happened. And then like suddenly like a whole shit ton of topics were now completely like non-monetizable, so it just kind of like narrowed the scope of what was able to be able to have content produced upon it. And yeah. You know, so yeah, no, that's just the whole thing right there. Not necessarily complaining about how things are, because I get how advertisers don't want their don't want their association with like negative things. But you know, here we are now with I mean, what is this now? The pandemic is so bad right now that like, you know, are people even talking about Adpocalypse? What are we on now? Adpocalypse 3.0 or 4.0 now? Where like, there's now like no longer like money because people are advertising less because the economy's in a slump now. Like there's just more bullshit being done, or making like things further. Oh shit. Fuck. I'm dead. Damn. Yo, Safari Zone complete.